Hey guys, what's going on? You're watching the Bitter Jury podcast. This is episode 56. It's really exciting. It was a surprise eviction tonight, which actually happened on Monday night, but they showed us tonight either way. And then we saw the Final Four HOH. But before we can talk about all that, we have to introduce ourselves. My name is Kelly.
I'm also Kelly.
It's the Double Kelly podcast.
Yay!
Yay! It's so exciting. I do have a message from Jacob. He said that he has some real life stuff going on, but he should be back tomorrow. So yay, Jacob! And we miss you, of course.
I haven't seen Jacob in forever. I haven't been able to podcast in a while, so it's nice to be on. But I miss Jacob.
I know we're
not here too, which is sad.
I know. I really want to do, and I haven't talked to him about this yet, but I want to do for the BB20 finale. I kind of want to have us all together, but I think it'd be cool because we're in the same town, so to do it together while Jacob is on another screen, and maybe get Daniel in there and whoever else.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. But that's a week away, literally. So before we do that, let's talk about tonight's episode. I know, Sam went home.
It was a long, strange trip for our friend Sammy.
I was trying to figure out how to title this episode, and usually I can think of something catchy. It's RoboSam signing out. That's the
Sam gets curb stomped.
Yeah, I know, right? She went out beautifully, exactly how I would expect Sam to go out, with a little wave to the house guests as they're jumping up and down, waving at the audience.
She made up for all the time that Scotty stole from them being able to see out of the house and let the door linger open for a little while.
I know, right? I wonder, I don't know if she realized what they were doing. It kind of seemed like she thought that they were actually waving goodbye to her because of her little wave back.
That sort of encapsulates her entire Big Brother experience.
Mm-hmm.
Just didn't really know what anybody was doing and knew just enough to know that she didn't know. But damn it, she just kept trying.
Yeah. She went crazy a little bit. She still kind of went crazy, but as time went on, it seemed like she kind of brought it back into focus that, hey, I'm back into a game again. I don't know. I haven't watched the live feeds too much. It's been terrible, but seems like she's brought it back. Does that make sense?
Her edit at least has gotten a bit more friendly. I think she went from America's Sweetheart to scary murder queen. And settled into kind of crazy cat lady mode to the point where she was actually making little fake cats tonight.
She was. Oh my god, I can't remember what scene it was because we watched both the HOH and the eviction episode tonight. I don't remember if it was that one or the other one where JC was talking about Sam or whoever, but then they kept flashing back to Sam where she was on her own making something. She was sewing stuff, and it looked like it was out of cotton that she had gotten from one of the pillars or something.
Yeah.
Oh man,
they were having a whipped cream fight, and she was off on her own.
Oh, that's right. Man, she really missed out on that. That would have been something fun that she should have joined in on, rather than making her loner puppet.
Yeah, or she might have gotten carried away and smash somebody's head against the
try to whip cream stomp someone. Oh man.
I think one of the things that captures how Sam played this game was when they were sort of recapping on Sunday's episode. They were recapping what happened in all the chaos in the middle of the double eviction, and she came into the room with Tyler, called Angela a bitch, and then said, she doesn't deserve to be here. I'm a good person. I deserve to be here.
That exactly encapsulates her. 100%.
I just don't think she ever figured out that this is not a game that rewards kind people.
Yeah. Yeah, she needs to go play a different game for that. I thought it was adorable, though, during the double eviction when it was, showing, all the things that had happened during the double eviction. And afterward, she's in the storage room, and Angela comes in, and she's doing whatever, and she just whips around, and she's like, Angela, I called you a bitch, and I'm really sorry about that. It was just oh, man. Damn,
oh, my gosh. How many times in the game did she just come up with some cockamamie game idea that nobody liked? From her HOH, where she refused to hear any game talk,
to the hacker competition, where she said, "Everyone give it to me, and I won't use it."
I think she really thought she had like cracked the code on that one.
Oh, and then when she was trying to convince Bessie to backdoor Haley, there was that part, and then there was the other person about, if you save this person, like, I'll quit smoking. Like, that was her way to campaign. It's about her saying that she would quit smoking.
Concern for her health was going to outweigh their. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, she's one of a kind, and I'm gonna miss her so much.
I am too. I fell in love with her quick, and then fell out of love with her, and then fell back in love with her a little bit.
I would agree with that. Like, that's a really good arc for her. Like, at the very end, she left on a really good note.
Yeah, to the point where I think it could be a toss-up between her and Brett for America's Favorite.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. Tyler. I feel like Haley's in there too, unfortunately.
Could be Haley.
Ugh, God, I hope not. She's the worst. She's not the worst. She's just really bad at the game.
Yeah.
And she got a golden edit. I know that for sure. Like,
she sure did.
At least with Sam, it's all quirkiness.
Yeah, Haley had these moments where she was so smart and so shrewd, and then she would just be dumb and angry that she wasn't getting her way and kind of bratty about it.
Yeah, and then it's like, Haley, you outed yourself as the hacker. Like, what do you expect? Haley, you got drunk in the bathtub and then tried to convince Tyler to not use the veto or whatever that was. Like, that's not how you game. Oh man. Let's not talk about Haley though. She's the worst.
I feel like we haven't seen much footage from the jury house, but I imagine that it's just a bunch of people sitting around talking about how stupid they were and finally realizing how many missed opportunities they had, because it's pretty much all one alliance.
Except for Brett. I feel like Brett is like, he's like, you guys were losers, and he's like laughing at them.
I bet Brett and Rockstar are pals in the jury house.
Probably. There's been stranger combinations outside the house.
It's true.
So why not? Why not? Okay. So Sam's gone, and like I've been going on Reddit, and everyone is basically like, these next 2 weeks are going to be hella boring because it's just going to be like Sam's gone, then JC's out. And so why don't we just fast forward to final 3? And lo and behold, JC wins the most clutchiest competition that he could ever win. He wins HOH.
He was so ecstatic. It was kind of endearing.
It was. And it's so heartwarming because I know, like, we know that I'm not his biggest fan, but like outside of the game, like knowing that his parents don't support him, his family, like he hasn't received really any love from his family. I guess the letter that he got for the HOH letter, it wasn't from his family member, it was from a friend. So that just like, oh man.
Yeah.
Knowing that like real life circumstances are so like that part of his life is so sad. It makes me kind of happy to see him finally succeed in something. Life choices aside, with ice cream scoopers and such.
Yeah, it'll be a nice comfort to him as he copes with Tyler's inevitable betrayal. Although Tyler won't be in a position to betray him now.
I know, right? Oh man.
I think that he figured out over the last couple of weeks though who he could trust and not trust, and the answer is he can't trust anybody.
Yeah.
And
that double eviction
for way too long.
We have a message from a viewer. That viewer's name is Jacob, and it's the Jacob who wishes that he could be on the podcast right now. And he's saying, "Hey guys."
Hey, how you doing, Jacob?
Hey, we miss you, Jacob.
Man,
we can't wait to see you tomorrow on the podcast, of course, and then because you're up in Washington and not here in California. Oh man. Either way, though. Yeah, so JC wins, and like I was absolutely blown away when I found out.
I know. This really like injects some energy into what would otherwise be a fairly dull end to an amazing season.
Seriously, because I was getting really bored with this season. I mean, even though this season has been like spectacular, the last couple of weeks have just been like, ever since Fessy
Fessy left. That's how odd that,
yeah.
he was
Oh,
the key to
man.
an exciting season.
What, as surprising as that is. And so at this point, it's just like, I thought it was all done for, but no, it's not. It's exciting. And we still have, because we don't know, even though, I mean, yeah, we're going to give it away. Like at this point, veto competition happened, and
Spoiler alert, everybody, if you don't want to know, but
Casey won.
She wins the veto. Surprise, surprise. Did she win like the last 4 vetoes in a row?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. And she's tied for most veto wins in a season.
Yeah.
Which is a really great, like, that's a really great record to have.
Yeah. It also means that we will not have a Showman's Final 2, which would have been interesting, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And we also don't get to see Tyler have to choose, which I was super interested in.
I know.
Like seeing which one he would burn.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I feel like this gives Tyler either way. I mean.
Oh, it gives him a fair.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Casey would be stupid though. So at this point, Casey's one veto, so she has to choose between Tyler and Angela. She has a final 2 with Tyler, does not have a final 2 with Angela. Casey is shown to be very loyal, so what I'm expecting is for Tyler to be in the final 3 and Angela to go.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. I mean,
it's stupid. It gives Tyler a free vote, although either one who goes is going to vote for the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Casey's got to be feeling good about her chances against anyone, though.
Yeah, but like, why would you take Tyler, who's at least kind of good with the jury, and I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Casey's played ultimately a better social game, or at least has less blood on her hands, oddly.
Yes.
Less bitter votes, and has won way more comps. I just don't know how anybody beats her if she goes to the final 2.
Yeah, I don't see. So, like, here's what I'm concerned about. Because even though I love Tyler, like, Casey has played probably the stronger game between the two. Like, she's played a really clean game.
Less flashy, but.
Yeah, definitely less flashy. But, like, her downfall definitely is her loyalty. Because if you think about it, so JC is for sure in the final 2. And if Tyler goes into the final 3, sorry. If Tyler goes into the final 3, JC might choose to take Tyler over Casey.
Yeah.
Versus if Angela's in the final 3, JC would never take Angela over Tyler in the final 3. Ever. He hates her.
Yeah.
So, and then if Angela's in there, I'm like 99% sure that no matter between Angela and Tyler, I know for a fact Angela would take Casey.
You think Angela would take Casey over Tyler?
No, well, no, at this point, like that's not a possibility. I'm talking about between JC and Angela, or JC and Casey.
Right.
Oh man, that's gonna be annoying. Oh man.
I don't know that Casey's going to be able to package herself as well as Tyler might. Like Tyler, his only play really is to establish himself as the mastermind and just kind of own that he sort of pulled all the strings this season. Casey can't really claim that.
Yeah, that's very true. I don't know if so Tyler's kind of trying to do that. Jacob is like super rooting for Casey. He's saying that he's feeling good about Casey winning, which means that he wins the draft, which screw you, Jacob, whatever.
I no longer have a horse in the draft, so I can just root for the people I like.
Yeah, that's true.
And I like Tyler, but I mean I know I'm saying it a lot, but I feel like he blew his game. He decided to have a showmance instead of my big brother.
Yeah, exactly. And
probably making snide remarks to Brett on the way out the door. Like, how dumb do you have to be to like make a snide comment to somebody who's going to be a vote for you in jury?
And not only that, someone who was in your alliance. Like, that's Tyler's problem, is that even though he's, like, Tyler's been trying to plant these seeds that he is the mastermind. Like, he did it with Scotty when he was like, hey, I've been knowing what's going on this whole time. But the problem is, just because he plants it in the goodbye message doesn't mean that it's going to go back, because if that person's bitter enough, which it seemed like Scotty was, doesn't mean that he's going to go back and tell everyone else. So Tyler's like, that's Tyler's downfall right there.
Yeah, his catchphrase this season has been "trust me." He says it over and over. Trust me, you got to trust me, and he's going to live and die by that, because ultimately he hasn't been trustworthy to anyone. And there's a different way to play that same game. I mean, when you're gonna do someone dirty, everyone breaks alliances, but there's a way to do it where you sort of let them know, so they're not totally blindsided. And I don't feel like he did that nearly enough. He sent a lot of people out angry.
He did that with Sam too, even though Sam wasn't angry. But like, Sam was blindsided. She said that she wasn't expecting Tyler to not vote for her.
Yeah.
Man, Tyler. God.
He's still got a shot at it, but he's gonna have to do some work.
If he takes JC, I think he should. I don't know. So we have in a Tyler, JC final two. Who do you think would win?
I feel like they'd have to give it to Tyler over JC, I think. JC just hasn't done enough. JC would claim that he was this mastermind. He wasn't nearly as in control as he likes to think he was, and he'll find that out when he watches back. Like, he played some key parts, but he didn't really understand everything that was going on.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. And so it'll be interesting to see if the jury like actually buys that or not. Because I know that, like, let's say, so if it is a JC Tyler final two, so you have Casey, who would believe Tyler that he was the mastermind. Brett would believe that. Do you think that Haley would buy that?
No, I mean, really all he can claim is that he played Fessy like a total puppet and Brett a little bit. But for the most part, people were just like, JC's really trying to manipulate us right now, and we're kind of tired of it. Most people seem to know that.
That's good, because, I mean, like, oh, man, I would hate – he hasn't done enough. Like, out of the three of them, I would hate for JC to be the winner, especially, like, to Tyler or Casey.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't think – I mean, he just didn't win enough comps. His social game was okay, but he was pretty abrasive.
People were getting super annoyed with him. That's right. I totally forgot about that. Like, people were definitely getting annoyed with how he was interacting and how much – I mean, like, he was definitely pushing Tyler for Angela a lot, but, like, people were noticing other things too.
Yeah.
I can't point it out right now because I'm tired. But they were getting annoyed with him, I promise.
I'm really sad because I feel like the really fun matchup would have been like Brett and Tyler, watching those two try and like can make cases against each other. That would have been pretty awesome.
That would have been so great.
But
just imagine that Brett final two speech.
I know. Oh my God.
Oh man, that would have been amazing. I can't even imagine it, because every time that he came up, I was like, okay, what's Brett gonna do this time? And he blew me out of the water.
Yeah.
Except for his double eviction speech. But that one, like, that, we were all sad for that.
He had tears in his eyes.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be saying it, but I wish we had more Brett. And I think he's probably like a key choice to come back if they ever bring back any veteran players again. He's probably top of the list.
Absolutely. I could definitely see him on the list. Let's see, Haley or Tyler on the list. Yeah. I don't see JC after all the crap that he's done this season.
No.
But I see Haley, unfortunately, on the list because of how production edited her, and she was like the figurehead that didn't go crazy like Bailey for the other side of the house, even though she didn't really do much.
Right.
So really didn't. Those are the three that I could see coming back.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens, I guess.
I know, right?
I can see any of the four winning it. JC probably least of all, but
he still has a chance.
Yeah, and he's got the inside track to the final three. So
I think JC has a much stronger chance if he ends up winning the third part.
Yeah, that's true.
Like because even though he hasn't won any competitions until the final 4 HOH, on BB Can 6, Paris, who won BB Can 6, she did not win any competitions until the final 4 HOH. Not to say that they played the same game. I mean, I'm not going to go into that. Like Paris played a much different and a stronger game, but she also ended up winning the final 3 and chose who got to come with her. So that definitely had like a huge impact on her win. So yeah, I think that all of them still have a potential to win, but I agree with you that JC is the lowest.
Should be interesting.
It is. So yeah, it's a short and sweet one, guys. There wasn't too much. It's accelerated. That's what happens.
It's true.
So we'll be back tomorrow. I'm so sorry that it's short. We don't have too much else going on because the feeds are down and we already know like veto and everything. So there's not much game left to talk about, really.
Pour one out for my man Scotty. I don't think I've gotten to podcast since he got evicted for the second time. He had some of the most clever gameplay and some of the truly dumbest gameplay I've ever seen. But his the Elmo voice will live in my heart.
Right here.
Yep.
That's my heart right here. Okay, so we'll be back tomorrow night, guys. Ooh, let's get a little focus. Maybe I won't be focused. Whatever. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow night with the screw this. We'll be back tomorrow with a better camera and find out who is going to be in the final 3.
Yeah.
God, this is the worst. Either way, though, it's going to be great.
Yep.
It's going to be dynamic. Okay.
All right.
Guys,
Good
later.
night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.